this is clean. Like brand new. I don't think this has ever been sat in. Oh, it's in good condition too. Oh, well, look how new that is. Oh, that's like never been pressed before. Hey, what's going on, guys? Wanted to show you some updates on the Landcruiser. Yep, that's a new one. You can even see the rust from there. Decided to go with a different setup as far as piecemealing parts that I need, because some of the parts are particular and it would take a while to get those parts. So let me show you what I'm working with. So I pulled out everything inside the vehicle, and as you can see, it's getting clean. That's the result of the grease that's embedded into this deadening material. Now, what I plan to do is preserve this deadening material. Despite there being a lot of oil on it, I think I could degrease it enough and dry it to where I could put some of the Dynamat and reduce the decibel range. Now, a lot of influencers on YouTube do videos where they do Dynamat everywhere. They put it into the walls, they put it on the ground, on the floor, all the way through. I'm about that life. Like, I want to do that, but I'm not going to fill every square inch with Dynamat. I just want to put Dynamat in sections, and I'll be satisfied with that as long as this is clean. As long as this is on the metal, and then I have Dynamat filling the gaps, I think we'll be good. I don't want to get crazy with it. The general range is about 7 to 10 decibels and reduction, which is significant. You'll notice it for sure. But again, I don't want to have to overinvest in a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort in just a few decibels. So let's look at this guy, because you haven't seen this one. And yes, it is another FZJ80. I picked this up for $4,000. The guy wanted 8, then he wanted 6, and now I just bought it with this web of Caterpillar, whatever that is. I just bought it for 4. The reason I got it for 4, well, it's not gonna be hard to tell. As per your Landcruiser inspection, the first thing you might wanna do is this. So yeah, that's rust. See that? That's rust. It's significant, and it's everywhere. And so it's eaten through the body. You can see it. Yep, it's here. So these doors are useless. I mean, there's no point in doing anything restorative in this vehicle. But let me show you the jackpot, because there is upside. Look at this interior. Now, there is a difference in this 1994 between 95 and 97. They did have some differences. Like in 95, they introduced dual airbags. No airbags here in this 94. The trim pieces are a little bit different, but this is the same. And it's a lot better condition than the stuff that I have. And look at these seats. Like, I don't even, like, what? These seats are perfect. And the coolest thing is the rear seats are perfect. And then, I haven't even opened this up. I looked for this and I couldn't find it's probably broken. Yep, it appears to be broke. Maybe it just needs a key. But if you could see in here, the rear seats, the third row is perfect. So the door panels, the trim, which matches the color, and even the carpet. Guys, this carpet looks great. This might be salvageable. So what I'm gonna do is swap all of this inside of this guy, but I got a lot of work to do because I got a lot of cleaning to do. I got to get up all this stuff, which just takes a little bit of friction, and then I need to get up all this grease. So bear with me. It's gonna be a project for sure, but it's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun. Wow, these aren't made for man hands. Wow. Wow, that is a lot of shit. So I'm just gonna clean it until I get no grease on this. Looks like we got a long way to go. I'm using 409 at first, but I need something more aggressive, so I'm using Purple Power, which is an industrial degreaser. You get it at AutoZone, Walmart's, online, you can get it everywhere, but it's really good. But it appears that I'm gonna have to be using a lot more because this just ain't getting it done. I'm also gonna remove these side panels as well. Oh crap, I need knee pads. That's what she said. Or maybe he said that too. I don't discriminate, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he said that. Maybe Julian, my guy who's editing this, he said that. Okay, looking good so far. Let's do one more round. There we go. I'm just doing the rear end first. That's what he said for sure. Oh, I'm out. I need some more of this. I'll pick some up in a little bit, but what I want to do is just make sure I get rid of the grease, which I'm getting rid of. Just taking a little bit of time before I lay this Dynamat on top. I see guys doing like Dynamat on every section, like every square inch. I don't think that's necessary. I'll place it in sections, and I guarantee you I'll get similar results, especially putting it on the metal where there is none. That will be how you get it done. All right, looks good so far. All right, so not too shabby. I'm not looking for perfection here. And like I said, like the Dynamat I'm gonna lay is gonna be on sections like this where there's metal and then this rubber material. Still a little greasy. I'm gonna let it dry off a little bit and then work on the midsection. Now the midsection I'm more concerned with because I got this bubbling. And my guess is that this bubbling means that either the material was compromised or there's rust coming up through it. Now I see a little piece here and it doesn't look too bad. That might have been compromised, but it doesn't appear to be rust. So I'm gonna do a test section where I'm just gonna strip these 3 pieces here. And then if I get rust underneath this, then all of this has to go. But I can't imagine there's too much rust here. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any compromise to rust, and it looks fairly good. I mean, the only major issue that I saw in here is on the driver's side, which I'll show you. This is actually a pretty big deal and going to be a pain in the butt because I'm not a metal guy. You guys tell me what you think. So first thing I noticed when I pulled this carpet is the insulation was obviously stuck in here. So this carpet insulation is stuck. And I started going through this and I'm like, why is this that color? Well, it's simple. Water got compromised in here, been sitting in here, and this is all rusted. Now this rust is the rust you don't want to have. The big chunks coming out of it. It's likely this entire floor pan is compromised. Now, that's pretty common on old vehicles, period, but I hate to see it here because if it's there, then, well, I know it's gonna be here underneath. And yeah, there it is, ratchet here. So there's a compromised piece. Now, the rest of it looks pretty good, but this is probably gonna have to be cut out since, yeah, for sure. I could probably stick my finger through there, well, I won't, but that's the only serious section. Again, not a lot of rust outside of that, except surface areas that I see, which is pretty common, but nothing eating through the frame. Unlike that FZJ, likely coated with POR 15, POR 15, which is underneath it, it looks good, except when you see like the edges where it's like rotted out. Now that's a good way to look at it because, I mean, what you wanna see is this is surface rust, right? It's on the surface, but it hasn't eaten through the frame. And at junctions, which is gonna be the highest compromised, one, it doesn't have a coat of this POR 15 and it could be brushed and dealt with and then treated versus this one that is completely compromised underneath. Actually, let me show you the difference. All right, so very distinct difference. And a rust bucket, that's gonna stay on the road. I'm gonna commit to keeping that alive. This guy, not a lot of life. So it's not just here, but when you go underneath, under first inspection, this is all looking good. Except if you just look at the details like this, you could see where it was coated on here recently, but not treated here, right? So we know that this was coated, right? If I go down, let me find a good spot for you. So this is a perfect spot. That spot right here is brittle. I could probably put a flathead screwdriver right through that. And then you could see in the pressing of this subframe, you could see the rust compromise here. You could see the pits where the chunks of the whatever was protecting this is gone. And then you can see how thick they coated it on. I mean, that stuff is on there thick. That's just putting lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig, which I never understood that analogy. So yeah, you can see the rust. So I'm gonna be parting this out. No big deal. Definitely, like that shot right there. Definitely a parter. This has good parts on it, a lot of rust. And so we're just gonna pillage a little bit from this guy. I'm gonna take these, which I'm not sure if I really wanna put it back on, but we'll see. Taking these, taking the hood, clean hood, no rust, no compromise. Just needs to be painted, which this is gonna get a good paint job. I need a left headlight. Look at this headlight. Clean, clean, clean. The wheels are even good, but I'll wait for that last because it could be a roller. Somebody wants to turn it into a rock crawler, they can. Taking the seats, taking the carpet, probably taking some interior components. So man, it's looking good. Even the dash. I mean, all of these dashes have this right here because just time, right? That leather shrinks in the heat and that cracks. That's common, but overall, there's not a lot of bad in that dash. And these door panels, look at that thing. Definitely swapping door panels. It even fits my color better. These dents right here, easily pulled out, no big deal. And then the door panels, oh, that's not so bad. That's not as bad as that one. That one's pretty bad, that's pretty rough. This one could use some replacement. But I even like the color combination better in this. They got so weird with these colors, and how many browns, how many shades of brown are you gonna use? Anyways, so to get this stuff up, you could just use friction, use your hand. That's a pain. If that's a pain, you could use a brush. But I could see where this is cracked. I'm gonna have to go through all of this and remove this, which is gonna be a pain. It's gonna take a screwdriver, some heat. I don't like to use chemicals to break that down because it's too much work, it gets too messy, but not too bad. I just did it in my Porsche, in my 1983 Excuse the mess. I just moved in, don't judge me. But I just did it here, and it could be a pain. But ain't no rust on this one. Euro spec. It's called a row car, rest of the world. So I'm gonna pull these panels off next. Let's get the hatch on the back of this open. Let me see if we can find the keys to this. The one key. All right, let's see. Oh no. So it takes 2 keys typically to open these. And then I think the handle's broke. Yeah, there's no handle here. The handle usually is here. Oh yeah, for sure it's broke. So my fat ass has to go in the back. Cool thing about these, this thing just does that. This goes forward. Oh, these are in good condition. Man, this carpet is clean. Dude, this is like the cleanest carpet I've seen in one of these cruisers. How many miles are on this? Dude, there's only 165,000 miles on that. This is like a brand new Landcruiser. 165,000 miles, seriously guys, is not a lot of miles. And look at that. That is as clean as it gets. Doesn't get cleaner than that. So I'm gonna use all this carpet. Yep, I'm gonna use these too. See these panels? These panels are super clean. Well, it's detached right there. Let me open the back of this thing. I see dead people. I see bad Landcruisers. Oh, don't tell me this is locked. It is locked. And then the locking mechanism doesn't work. That's not good. Okay, let me try something else. There is a hatch. Is there a hatch button to open the rear end? That's what he said. That was pretty funny. Is there a hatch button to open the rear end? That was funny. I don't see a hatch button to open the rear end. That would suck if I had to literally do everything with this not open. That's locked. Come on. Okay, well that's stuck. Well, that would suck if I had to not be able to get it back there. And also, there is only one key, and these key sets usually, God, even this is in good condition. Wow. This is my interior. Looking good. Looking good. I'm stoked about this interior. We gotta figure this out. So, I gotta get the rear end open. Let me go get a tool. Yesterday, I tried to fit my 33s to get rid of these 35s, and they would not fit. That was a problem, but we'll work through it. I went and got my factory powder-coated black FZJ80 OEM wheels, which are cool. I actually like them because I don't want to run these rusty steelies, and they're on 17s. I like running 16s on the Landcruisers with more wheel. See, look at the condition of this one compared to the other one. I'm just going to sell this for parts. These are good parts, but they're not as clean as the other setup. Let's go with the Leatherman. I should be sponsored by Leatherman. Okay, even this, I don't have a rear windshield wiper. I wish you could see my pants right now. They're falling off my ass. I look ridiculous. And my phone just fell. I mean, my high-speed red camera just fell. All right, in the back of the car, sweating my ass off. Let's see if this works. I might be screwed. That's not good. This is not opening. I need to get in the back of this. All right, well, that didn't work. Let's go out this first. Don't judge me. Getting old, man. Getting old and fat. Last ditch effort. Could use the Gerber to grab underneath this little guy. Oh, wow, there's no handle at all. Well, that sucks. We might be SOL, guys. I might cut this episode short as I go try to figure this out and sort it. Oh, these are some of the interesting things you find. It did have this 1994 shop manual, which is a good score, which is actually a really good score. These are hard to get and they're pretty expensive. Sweet. Jackpot. Only if this thing had the key in it, which it doesn't. All right, to be continued. Oh, who's this chick? What's up, girl? Well, getting Dynamat laid down in the back. I guess I can go straight into that. And let me show you the Dynamat I'm working with. It's leftover stuff from my Vanagon build, which is right here. Kill mat. So these are the sections. And what I plan to do is throw them down in sections. But again, not spending a lot of effort and just like a lot of people are taking these and they're cutting them around here and custom fitting them. I'm good with that. I'm gonna pull these because I'm gonna not use these. I'm gonna use the clean ones out of that, probably after I break it in the window. And then I'm gonna put some of this on here as well. Again, like if you have this stuff, this isn't cheap. Killmat, Amazon Basics, like the versions of this generally are all the same, but they do have decibel ratings that you could find online. I'm gonna put like a section here over this metal, tying these in. But I don't need every square inch of this done, okay? So I'm not gonna spend a lot of money and a lot of time. In fact, as much as I have of this, which is enough, which is one box, this is gonna be enough to finish this entire thing. And if it's not, then, oh well. Again, not too worried about a little bit of noise in the cab, but this does help reduce the decibels to make it a little bit more comfortable, especially when you put it in the doors and in here where it's just bare metal. So let's get to ripping down these little guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop these panels, and then I'm going to confirm that there's no rust under the bubbles, because it could just be bubbles. I'm praying that's just bubbles. Then I'll throw down some kill mat here, some kill mat here, and then we'll see where we're at. Receiver ends of these screws are to receive the plastic pieces that go down in here to lock it in place, and they're really fragile. You knock these, you'll break them, and it's a pain in the butt to get them back. So be careful, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there are some on the sides as well. So just be careful with those. Okay, make sure I'm not sitting on one. Don't want to get compromised, you know? So these have a rubber gasket tied into the window. The first thing you want to do is remove the rubber gasket or lift the rubber gasket. And again, be careful, because you screw these pieces of plastic up, you're not going to get your money back. And then somebody who wants to buy these pieces, they're not going to pay the money to get these pieces back from you. So I lifted it up on this side just to get access to the plastic. I don't know why that was caught up in there. And then these are held in by those plastic pieces. They're pretty easy to pop. You just push them inside, and just be very careful with those plastic pieces, because you need to pop it right where it's at. So if you try to pull on this and nothing's happening, move further in so you don't risk breaking those. I mean, they're easily replaceable. You can get a box of them, which I have, but I don't want to break anything in the plastic itself. Okay, so that one's gone. Now I'm going to remove this. It should just be, and it's always fun to see what people leave behind. So what kind of guy is this? A strap guy, likes cargo straps. Ooh, OEM toolkit, spare tire kit. Oh, a big strap. Not sure why it needs that, but I'm seeing daylight. Oh, and this is the bottle jack that's always rusted. Get that out of there. That won't do you any good. Bungee, and that's it. Not too bad, not too shabby. Now, check and inspect these. Looks pretty good. Then I can go through here and pop these. Again, just be careful you don't rip on one side and just rip down. Rip each section where that plug is holding it on. Now, I'm not worried about this per se, but I am going to sell this, recoup some money to invest back into the project. And these little plastic tabs are what's holding it on, these little red ones. And these are missing half of them, which this was removed for some reason before. But good, now I have a solid piece of equipment that somebody might want to retain for their Landcruiser project. So, yep. Oh, got some more goodies. Look at this, hitch and hook. Yeah, I would not trust that. All right, let's do the other side. Being careful, getting not to destroy these little studs. Ah, interior detailer, which he never used because it's a brick and the car is dirty. And then I got this little guy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing on this side. There you go. Sweet. One piece like I like it. Some more nylon. This guy likes nylon. So got this removed, this speaker bracket. Oh, it's in good condition too. I'm gonna be able to sell that pretty good. All right, this is what I'm talking about. When we're looking at sound deadening, that's the outside of the vehicle. But putting sound deadening here where they have a lot of metal, a lot of clanking, and also a good opportunity for you, if you're doing this, you might as well replace whatever this is, that crappy thing. Most people watching this wouldn't even know what this is because they don't even make speakers this crappy anymore. So replacing your rear speakers would be a good option, and making sure your stuff's in order. Like, I have no idea what that is and why that harness is broke, but we'll see, because I got a manual, no big deal. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit more prep work, some vacuuming and cleaning, and then we'll get back to it. Yeah, we got a lot to do. All right, guys, well, I resorted to pulling some panels, and if you pull this is the bottom part of the handle. And if you pull this from the inside, you have the ability to unlock it, but you also have the ability to open it via this, which is bad, which is the reason why it's stuck. But now it's unstuck. So congratulations to me for getting it unstuck. And then this, if this is stuck for some reason, you pull it this way, it opens the latch, and you can get it. Oh yeah, this hasn't been down in a long time. That's what she said. I got plenty of those, I'm here all day. Oh, okay, so we got that sorted. Now it's time to rip out the back and get things sorted. Get this carpet clean, looks really good. I'm so stoked for it. And getting in here with a shop vac. Guys, let me just drive home the importance or significance of having a donor car for a rig that you're trying to keep on the road. So I just pulled this off. This is like brand new besides the mechanical components that aren't working inside of it. But two things. One, I pulled the handle off of this. Still have the good plastic. In fact, I might even swap the plastic because it just looks better. And then I pulled this little guy off. I will tell you, having owned like a lot of FZJ80s, which is probably a disease or something because I've owned like 10 of them. To find this rear piece in this condition with all the plastic pieces, with the staples not rusted and the carpet set super clean. I mean, guys, that's like, compare that to this little guy right here. And the way these pop off is just with the Out with the old, and I'll clean this. But in with the new. Wow. Also, I added this handle, and I'm gonna add the plastic too. So I added this handle because I didn't have it, and this plastic looks like it's cleaner. So I'll add that as well. Why not? YOLO. Got it clean. And all the clips are here. Look how easy this to install is. Probably the easiest thing I'll install today. Bam. All right, guys, I made a lot of headway cleaning, and I noticed the gasket was kind of tore up. I realized on this one, besides the rat's nest that was living up here, this gasket's pretty good. So I think the parts vehicle is paying dividends so far, because I'm gonna pull this gasket seal, which are pretty expensive, and reinstall that. Already showed you guys the installation of this, which I'm super happy with. This is beautiful. It looks really good, really clean. And I'll clean it up some more with some carpet cleaner. Got the new interior piece right here with the new handle. Look how that light sparkles. And then cleaned up the entire interior. So things are looking good. All right, so the plan now is I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to clean this and clean this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna uninstall these third row seats. See how they stow? Well, mine doesn't even have a handle on that side, so that's good. I have that. And then this is super clean, so I'm gonna take that handle as well. That attachment point, see how it attaches? Super cool. And I need that for my additional kids. This all is going in this guy. So super excited about that. The speaker, can't salvage that, but I will salvage these plastics for this one. This is a breakdown of really what I took off or out of the vehicle that was pretty beat up. Somebody who's trying to restore their Landcruiser, they're gonna want this stuff because it's still intact, it's not broken, it's dirty, it has some scuff marks, but you could sand it and then paint it and it'll look good as new. I'm not into that life, I'm not doing that. I'm not looking for a show car here, as you can see by my, no show cars here. Like Mike Pfeiffer, I see Mike Pfeiffer's FZJ80 and it's like this immaculate specimen. This is the ghetto version of that, but she'll get her done. So I cleaned all these gaps. These gaps were tedious to clean. Make sure you clean up in here. I cleaned up in here, and then I cleaned all the dirt and the residue behind this gasket. It doesn't make sense installing a better gasket when you have grease and dirt and grime is what deteriorates it in the first place. And I imagine this hasn't been cleaned in 29, 30 years since it was born. So yeah, got a little bit more cleaning to do. Using good old 409. 409 is a good degreaser for mild stuff like this. You don't want to be putting Purple Magic, whatever, the Durple Magic. You don't want to be putting that on your vehicle on the interior, especially because it requires like gloves and all kinds of equipment to operate before you get cancer. So this is a good degreaser, a mild degreaser. I'm gonna finish wrapping up here, and then I'm gonna pull these seats and see what the carpet looks like. Oh my God, how do you YouTube influencers do this? It'd help if I had the right socket. Looking good, no rust. That's what I like to see. A lot of these bolts go through into the metal, and then a lot of times you'll see rust on these, and these are really good. Really clean interior. Ooh, this is clean. Like brand new. I don't think this has ever been sat in. Again, just justifying my decision making on getting a parts car. I'm probably gonna do the same thing for my Vanagon. I have a 4-wheel drive synchro build. I can't wait to show you guys because I'll be doing it with my kids. But this is the exact reason why a parts car is worthwhile. Finding these seats is difficult in the first place. You could occasionally find them, but they're mangled or they're like brand new and people want like $500 for them. This entire set of seats, front, rear, and then the third row seats, which these are near perfect. And they're cloth, which I would prefer. Likely, I'm gonna take these and just throw, not the third row, but probably the bench seat, the back seat. I'm gonna throw just a seat cover on them, and they're perfect. Even the driver's side seat, which is rare to find these in this kind of condition, because this, getting people's asses off of this and coming down out of this is typically blown out. Yeah, it's a little soft right here. The handle's missing, which I can get another one of those easily. But this is in such good condition. I mean, it's so soft and plush. Wow. Come into the rear. Come into the rear. Oh my gosh, what kind of channel is this? Look at this. Oh, man. How many times has this been buckled? Look how new that is. Press. Oh, that's like never been pressed before. Yeah, I'm stoked about this. Even has the good net. The net is even intact in the back, which you cannot put anything because it's so close against the whatever. Just useless. But man, I'm super stoked about these seats. And the whole point of that was removing it to see what the carpet looks like. Now, my only fear with these carpet sets is a lot of the times what you'll get is these carpets will just get dry and crappy. But what I plan to do is I'm gonna get conditioner for it. So I'm not just gonna hit it with a pressure washer because I'll destroy it. This needs to be cleaned with cleaner. It needs to be vacuumed, dry, and then it needs to be conditioned. And then that will give me some better life out of it. Because right now I can tell you this carpet set is near perfect. Typically, when I look at these on FJ80s, I've owned 6 of them. Typically, I see these rusted out. That's a good indication that these are really clean interior pieces. I mean, you could look at this interior piece right here. Besides a couple of scuffs, it's near mint. I mean, there's no chunks. That's all surface stuff, and I'll clean that up real good with some Under Armour or some Armorall. Under Armour, that's like underwear. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm delirious. Been out here too long for you guys. And some of you new guys to Landcruisers, this little tab is how you lift this up. So this could be down and then obviously fold it up, but you pull this and locks it, and that allows you to swing it out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these bolts. What is this? What I feel like putting my fingers in this should be against the law. Like, I don't know what that is. Oh God, did I put it looks like a Cry Precision knee pad for babies. That's what that is. I'll keep that. Like, selfishly, my hope is that you guys are so entertained by me unscrewing these bolts that this is my life. I wake up and do YouTube videos working on Landcruisers. I mean, I like the preparedness stuff, but I've been a mechanic since I was very young, working on stuff with my old man. He's the handyman. I like working on cars. But man, this is a life that guys can live. Working on cars, getting paid to do YouTube videos for you guys. Every week, my commitment to you, just like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and share it with your buddies. Not that a Landcruiser video would ever go viral, but if I can get like 50,000 views, I'm in like the top 2% of Landcruiser videos, and I'll get like a sponsorship from Landcruiser Outfitters so they can work on my rigs. No, Kurt wouldn't do that. And I wouldn't do that either because I like supporting that place. It's the best place in Utah for everything Landcruiser. But seriously, maybe like a sponsorship to Slee. Those boys at Slee know how to get it done. That would help my budget a little bit. Oh man, this carpet's so clean. I'm so proud. Except for that big wada. That's freaking gross. Oh yeah, that's definitely a dude's things. He wasn't a blonde though. I don't know. There's always a third top bolt that it's hard to get to. All you gotta do is drop it back down. No big deal. Got a little guy on top. That's a hard one to get to. Come in from that side, a little bit better. Man, look how clean that is. I don't even want to get it dirty. Okay, I can't be that guy. It's hard, I can't. There we go. But still, I can't be that guy. I'm putting you down. Guys, we're looking good. I was kind of suspicious, but as I look at this, we're looking good. This might be the cleanest carpet set I've ever pulled out of an FJ80. 150,000 miles, though, it makes sense. So the test is, I gotta take these out real quick, pop that bracket, move all this crap out of the way. I'll unbolt these just because I have to get to these. I'm gonna keep these as well because those are looking real good. And we'll see what we got. Sucks, I gotta keep shutting down my music because copyright stuff, but hopefully Julian, my media guy, inserts some epic music. That's probably gonna get me banned as well, or at least demonetized at a minimum. This does make me happy though. I wish my kids were here though. They love this kind of stuff. Helping daddy, miss those boogers. I digress, back to this. So I got this bracket off. Here's the deal. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. It's about the same. These little steel brackets are pretty versatile. They're gonna be good. This is gonna be going in the parts pile. Dude, if my pants come off my butt. All right, be smart guys with your parts. I mean, a lot of you guys are like, kind of like me, just throwing parts everywhere. But the first thing I do when I get stuff like this, because I know I'll lose it, I'll set it down or put it in my pocket to get washed, is I set it in a bag, label it, and tape it where it needs to go. So, all right, ran into my first hiccup. So I told you guys this right here was bolted in to the ground. This is bolted on the actual side piece that goes over the wheel well, the rear wheel well. And so this will not come off without breaking. And I could see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit of rust right there. And my suspicion is this is where we're running into problems, because the entire bottom end of this thing is rusted out. I wouldn't even turn this into a rock crawler, to be honest. But let's see what the underside of this looks like. I do recommend popping this out first. Ooh, see, already. Yep, we're in it. That's all rust. Oh, what's this little guy? A little 22 round. Ooh, I wonder what other goodies I'm gonna find in here. All right, so 22 LR, throw that aside. All right, so there's definitely rust here. Let's go ahead and get this up. These hooks go up. I don't wanna rip any of this. There we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep all of this intact because it's gonna be stuck to it, but I'm gonna try to keep as much as I can. I'm not really worried about it because I don't need a lot of this insulation because I'm using a lot of the sound deadening, but not too bad. Okay, I know there's gonna be rust here because I could see it coming through the color, but not too shabby so far. We're not done yet. Let's go around this side. Same thing with this bolt. Could not get it out, likely rusted to the bottom of the vehicle. So I told you guys, be careful with this side because they're stuck. See how the studs hold that second set in, and then these insert into here, which I didn't feel like, oh no, they were. They're just not secure. I think they're all busted. I have to replace these clips. Should be expensive. All right, looking good. Oh, looking good. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm happy with this. Okay, let me pull this out. So I don't want to rip that. I'm gonna have to come up with a solution. Maybe I just need to grab a pair. Okay, let me try to get this. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna need some man hands on it. All right, anybody got man hands? All right, I almost just blew out my ass trying to get this, and that's a personal problem. But I have a secret. I'm gonna use this to save me a lot of time. Well, at least some time. So this bolt is rusted. You can see where it's rusted, and it prevents me from removing the carpet. But what I'm gonna do is do a little cut right here, and that's going to alleviate some of my ass pain. That's what he said. Okay, I'm gonna cut. All right, bye guys. All right, that saved me a lot of time and effort. I made a little cut, pulled it out. So that's the cut I made. No big deal for this carpet set. WD-40 didn't work in there, but hey, I got a good carpet. Let me go out and pull this. Oh, you know what? I threw away the other piece, the plastic. I just want to get this in the light, a little bit of light. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. That looks good. Yes. Only thing is this side, these plastic pieces, which I'm missing several, which are just these right here. And I can get those online. Not a big deal. All right, pretty happy with that. Yeah, so I need one. I'll just get a bag of them because they come in bags. I'm just gonna vacuum this and condition it and be good with that. And got, oh, whoa, really good intact carpet insulation, which will be good in dampening. So man, great success so far. Not gonna lie, I was kind of concerned with going with a new setup, but look how clean that looks and how good it's gonna feel driving this thing without worrying about carcinogens getting in my kids' lungs. So I'm super stoked so far. So, all right, I think you've had enough of me. I gotta take a shower and actually live a little bit of life, or is YouTube life. If I put one of those plaques like that I got 1 million subs in the background, does that help with the analytics and the algorithm? I see a lot of guys doing that. I'm just wondering. Let me know in the comments, or don't. Super stoked for this. Hope you guys are as well. Going to see lots of improvements. And I plan to do these episodes weekly, so hope you're looking forward to them because it's super fun. I enjoy being out here. Only thing missing is my kids, but that'll happen soon enough. Appreciate you guys.